Hello YouTube, how are you today? Welcome back to Rathbone Manor on this rather cold and frosty morning, where today we will be going to take a look at the HX Outdoors GJ-05 Dogfish Tactical Scissors. Here they are in their box. So look, it's one of these magnetic closure boxes again, guys. There's a tool, and as you can see, mine tried escaping out of the box during its transit from China to my home. Let's get him out. We'll chuck that over yonder because we don't want it for the time being. As you can see, it comes in a nice little Kydex style sheath. Let's pop him out, and there we have the dogfish. And this is what HX Outdoors call tactical scissors. Looks a bit like a knife, but just throw this little switch here and we have scissors or shears. Right then, let's take a close look at this interesting tool, shall we, guys? And starting with the business end, we'll take no chances. I've got my welding gloves on again. It looks, as I say, very much like a standard blade and a pair of scissors at the same time. You can see how thick this is. This is cleverly done. These little notches here, if you look how they're done, they are staggered along the length of the blade. Very clever touch there. We'll move along. You can see it's got a JG-05 model number there. D2 steel, that's what these are made from, D2 steel. We have the HX Outdoors logos here. We've got on the other side. There's nothing on the other side. And we'll just move along to the G10 grips, or scales if you like. On my particular one, these upper ones are a little bit loose actually, to be honest with you. There you go. I think you can see them moving about there. I just need a couple of, I can only find one of my 1.5mm Allen keys, otherwise I'd be able to tighten them up, I think. The bottom ones are nice and tight though. And we have some scallops in the handles here. Take very small fingers by the looks of it. They're very cleverly designed, these scales, because if you look, the actual steel is offset because of the scissor blades. Here's one of the tangs, and here's the other one, and you can see they're offset, but the way they've designed the grips, this one's thicker, this one's thicker, this one's thinner, this one's thinner, and it evens it out quite nicely. Look guys, that's a very clever touch, is that? If we take a look at the pivot pin here, you can see it's an Allen style screw going on there, and on the other side you've got two little flats, so you could be able to get a spanner onto that, and gives you some options of tightening up a little bit if it became loose during use. And here's your little release switch that releases the scissors. Right then, so hopefully I shouldn't need this welding glove anymore today, I hope anyway, keep me fingers crossed. Let's take a look at a few dimensions for you. So I've done some measuring this morning, guys, and we're looking at 210mm long. We have an 88mm blade length here to the sharp point, to roughly where it's where the grind starts here. If you wish to roll it along a bench like this, then you'll see that the cutting edge comes to 92.5mm. The thickness of the blade, the single blade here, is 3.8mm, and thickness of the scales is 15mm. Let's check the weight. 231 grams by itself. If we chuck on the Kydex sheath as well, it brings it up to 288 grams. Moving across to ounces, you're looking at 10 1/4 ounces. Let's take the sheath away. 8 1/8 of an ounce. Here is the Kydex style sheath. It's quite thick, quite well made. We have a little metal clip here that obviously can be left or right hand mounted. As you can see, it's got the holes here to you can swap it over this side for a left or right hand mount. Let's shove the dogfish in and take a look at retention. Right in, see if we can get hold of it. And actually, well, it's a bit rattly, as you can hear. But I can't get it to fall out, so the retention's not too bad at all then, guys. We've got this pocket clip on here. You're going to need a fairly solid and thick belt to get it on. Let's check my favourite EDC belt, my Fly. Just pop it onto there. It clips on there fairly easily. It doesn't ride too badly, as you can see. Hopefully you can see there, guys. What about, can we get the knife out? Right, so far it's just taken the whole sheath with it, so it's fairly good retention that way. You're going to have to, there we go. You're going to have to actually get hold of the sheath, stop it coming off of your belt like that. So it's very good retention in. So what about handling of it? Handles quite nicely actually. Feels quite comfortable. Reverse grip either way. Yes, reverse grip's quite good. As you can see, it's got a nice large handle on it for me, even for me to get hold of. Look, my large hands will fit. We can deploy the scissors quite nicely, and the little switch here acts as a safety, so your fingers don't slip into the sharp edge of things, look, which is quite good, I think. These things do actually remind me of tin snips, and here are a very old pair of mine. You can see they're very similar the way they work. I don't know if these things would be any good for cutting steel or not, but these things certainly are. Here is a more recent acquisition of mine within the last 10 years or so. These are quite old-fashioned style tin snips. In fact, I used to watch Laurel and Hardy with my father back in the 70s. In one of the episodes, I think it was called Busybodies, where they worked in the wood shop. They had a pair of these, more or less exactly the same. They probably didn't have the rubber coating on just here, but they were exactly the same thing. I don't think these things are designed for cutting steel, but I would imagine they'll cut some fairly thick kit. The only thing is, with slicing stuff up, I think you might have a problem with. You're not just dealing with a single blade like you would be on a knife here. I say it's 3.8mm thick just here. You've actually got this going on. You've got the other blade just here, so that whatever you're slicing has got to hit. I've got to bounce off of this bit here first, this little edge. So what we'll have to do is, guys, I think we better get Bob the Bitzer bag involved and just see exactly what they will cut up. And here he is. So what we'll do is we'll start with this little diagram here. See if we can knock a corner off of it with the blade. Well, they're not too bad, are they? Look, they're quite... This is the factory edge. I haven't touched these at all, as I never do. I like to show you guys the factory edge, and as you can see, cuts quite nicely. So what about something thicker, like cardboard? Yep, it's even managing to get over this edge here I was telling you about. So what about the scissors with some cardboard? Yep, managing to do that quite nicely, as you can see. I wonder if we should... Yeah, let's try some paper. Try some paper. Oops, that's a safety just engaged itself. Yeah, this if you don't keep your finger on the safety, it keeps engaging. Right, not too bad at cutting paper then either, guys. What about the 3 miles of cheapo rope I brought, which is turning out to be a pain in the bottom because it keeps getting tangled up and I lose the ends. Let's get the blade in there first, and yep, chop through that lot nicely. Deploy the scissors. Yeah, it's sort of struggling with this end of things, look. But you get up near the tip. Oops, let's just fold it over it all, look. It's got stuck, guys. Blimey, so it doesn't really want to know about too many layers of rope either. Okay, so what about Mule the Tapeworm here? Sent in by Trader Joe. Thank you very much, Trader Joe. Let's give the shears a go. Blimey, well they took some chopping through. This is funny stuff, this this mule tape. Let's try it with the blade. Let's lock the blade. Right, get it in there. As I say, blunt blades tend to slip off of this. Let's have a look. Oh, I've just discovered something else about this as well, guys. If you know you've got these the handles here, they if you're not careful, they'll nip your skin. Just found that out. Brilliant. Watch out for that one then. Right, let's get the blade in there. And oh yeah, now look, see that went through quite easily. That was good. Brilliant. I've got some heat shrink tubing here from work. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this picture up there already. I've tried chopping it up. Let's try it here so you can actually see. It goes with the grain quite nicely, as it were. This is a glue-in, that's why it's nice and shiny on the inside. It's glue-in heat shrink. When you heat it up, it shrinks down onto whatever you're shrinking it down onto, and the glue melts and holds it into place quite nicely. Let's have a look. So we've got some slightly smaller stuff here. This is glue-in as well. Yep, and some yet smaller stuff. Oh, it's pinging it. Like it. Right in, let's try some package strapping then. Here's the package strapping, straight on with the shears. Yeah, they kind of like it. What about the knife itself? Yeah, it's taking a corner off. Fold it over, get this great big blade in there, and blimey, it did it in the end, guys. Oh, that was a struggle. To the speaker style cable then, guys, we'll fold that over, get the blade in there, and chop that up nicely. What's it like chopping? Oh yeah, don't mind chopping the old cable up then. What about the heavier gauge stuff? This is I think 3202 copper in here. Yeah, not too bad. Fold him over. Get the blade onto it, if I can keep hold of it all. Yep, nice. I've also got a fairly hefty bit of tie wrap here. Let's try that. Yep, not bad at all then, guys. So they're both quite sharp and good at cutting stuff up then. Good sharp little tool then, very handy. We've done some pinging around with the heat shrink tube in here, so I don't think we need to get a chopping board in, but we had a little bit of fun with that then, guys. So we have an interesting little tool, knife, whatever you like to call it, tactical scissors. Maybe tactical shears might be a better description of them, but all the same, quite an interesting bit of kit. This was, or these were sent in by GearBest for us to take a look at, guys, so let's thank GearBest for that one. Yes, quite interesting. Quite a sharp little point going on here as well. You'll have to let us know what you think of it, guys, what you think of this little tool. It's very different. You've got the knife and the scissors going together. I've got a nice little Kydex style sheath here as well. Retention is very good on that. So good, in fact, that it pulls it off your belt, as we've seen. Right, let's be careful with it because it's a bit on the sharp side of things. Okay guys, let us know what you think. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them down below. You can support the channel by subscribing. Don't forget to click the little bell as well. That'll give you notifications, because I'm always uploading stuff whenever I get a moment. Most weekends, and sometimes during the evenings. You can click like, especially if you enjoyed the review, and you can share it with your friends as well. There's also my Instagram feed. I'll put pictures up on there all the time of what I'm doing, a new kit I get in, whether it's been snowing or frosty like it has this morning, as you've already seen. You can support the channel in several ways, guys. There's my Patreon page for a start if you just wish to support the channel in that way. I have a very special link in the descriptive text down below that'll take you along to GearBest. All you have to do is buy whatever you like down there. I mean, there's always something down there you might want to purchase. I will get a small commission from that, which I plow straight back into the channel. If you're interested in leaving a donation for me on PayPal, please let me know and I'll get my PayPal email address to you, and that will help the channel as well, guys. One-off payment if you don't want to, you know, a monthly subscription to Patreon. A one-off payment to PayPal would help the channel no end. Thank you very much. Right then, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. I do hope you'll pop by again soon for another review. I'm sure there'll be something interesting I'll have got me mitts on. I've got several bits of kit that are actually in transit as we speak. I'll just keep an eye on my Instagram and you'll see what they are. And I will catch you here at Rathbone Manor, hopefully a bit warmer next time, again sometime in the near future then, so bye!
Rough.